Hello, welcome to my new channel, Calamity Crofter. I'm James. This is new channel, basically going over our journey with this croft. Well, it's actually two crofts. The land is about 19 acres, and we've acquired the croft recently after being tenants for a period of time. There have been some improvements to the croft, as I say, after a period of time. It has been neglected somewhat, and we're looking to hopefully do some improvements. And the idea of this channel is just basically to give a record of our journey in trying to do the work that's needed to bring this place up to scratch. To give you an idea, what we can do is I can take you around the croft just to give you an idea of what the size of the task is and see what we're going to do. I hope you enjoy it. So this is one of the fields of the croft. I'm starting at the far end, and just to give you a quick pan over the croft, it basically incorporates all those trees inside that field there, and all of this land here up to the stone wall in the middle of the screen there. And if you look in the distance there, you can see there's a shelter there, and that is also part of it. But we'll go for a walk now, and we'll just get a better idea of the size of it. As I say, it's actually two crofts. So there's Croft 10 and Croft 5. So I'm currently on Croft 10, and let's just take a walk and see how we get on. As you can see, this is early in the year and the fields are not in the best of condition, so there's going to be a bit of work there in itself. That's going to obviously take a fair amount of work to get that rectified. If I go on a bit more, you'll see in the next field we have an even bigger task ahead of us, which is going to be entertaining. So see how we get on. So this is the field next to the one we were just standing in, and you can see that is just full of reeds. So that's going to be a big task. So that'll be one of the projects I'll be looking at in one of the videos. So hopefully we'll get what we can shifted from there and try and make that field more productive. An ongoing thing obviously with crofting is fencing. The fencing's always needing to be maintained and updated, so you can see there's a bit of work here as well. Let's walk on. So as we walk past that field, you can see the scale of the task that we have, and it's no mean feat. I can see that it's going to be quite testing for a little while, but we'll do our best and see what we can do. To give you a bit of background, I'm not actually a crofter as such. I've come into it quite late in the day. It's not my trade as such, and it's going to be a bit of a learning curve for me, and hopefully you'll have some amusement along the way of my lessons. But as you can see, we've done some work to the croft already, which I'll show later in later videos. You can see that we've done some building work. I'll show a bit more once we get a bit closer. This was used, this field I think has had pigs in it in the past, hence the little huts, and hopefully we'll be able to keep pigs in there again. But as you can see, walking into this third field now, you can see across the way that there's a steading, and under our tenancy, before we actually acquired ownership of the Croft, we actually renewed that roof, and I'll go into more detail how that was done. And as you can see, there's actually a part 2 to that project because of the fact that the second part of the roof needs to be repaired as well, well, actually be replaced. So again, that'll be covered in later videos, so there's some insight to the kind of joys we've got lying ahead. I'll go walking on to the next field and I'll catch up with you once I'm there. So this is next field across the way. It's actually just across the road from the one that we were just looking at, and as you can see, we've had horses in there, and obviously the grass has been nibbled right down, and that field is obviously going to need a bit of work, and hopefully we'll cover all of this in future episodes, and hopefully you'll see the progress made. There has been obviously a fair bit of progress made over the years when we was just tenants here, but there's a lot more work to do, and hopefully by doing this and by recording all this, it will obviously maybe help some other people. Hopefully it does, and hopefully it will be a bit of a record for us as well, seeing the work that we've done. I'll move on to the next field. So this is one of the other fields for Croft 10, and as you can see, the culprits, and that one in the distance there has obviously knocked over this feeder again, and as you can see, we've had a bit of wind here. There's a bucket blown over there. I have to go and fetch that back in a minute. But as you can see, again, fencing, if you look at the posts, fencing needs to be looked at, and you can see the scale of the task. To be honest, all you've looked at so far is one of the crofts. This is Croft 10 you've been looking at. So the initial part of the video and to this point is all Croft 10. But I'll take you into Croft 5 and you can see what kind of task we got there. So this is Croft 5. Croft 5 is basically full of trees, some clear areas, but the ground needs a lot of work. We did a lot of clearing here of building rubble and all sorts of materials to reclaim the space that we wanted to use. So that's been a lot of work so far, but now that we're actual owners, it's now a case of we want to go on and progress the work and actually make it even more functional rather than just having broadleaf trees. So we have got a small area that we're using for veg, which I'll show later on. And yeah, again, just more work added to the task that we're going to have to deal with. But I'm hoping, as I say, once we go through and start doing some more, that some of the work we do hopefully be useful to see what we've done. Maybe other people be able to use ideas or come up with even better ideas how to resolve after seeing how our ideas worked out. And yeah, that's what we're looking to do. But as I say, the good thing is we'll be able to keep a record of this as well, which is all useful. So yeah, stay tuned and hopefully you'll see some more. Well, I hope that wasn't too long a introduction for you, and thanks again for tuning in. And next time, hopefully you'll see us start digging into the jobs and hopefully make some progress on what we need to accomplish here. Thanks again and tune in again. Thank you. Bye.